Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very much for tuning in. We have a lot to talk about. To my super chat, thank you so very much. You give me every incentive to rock these live streams. Ladies and gentlemen, if that's the best they have, if the Honorable Robert Mueller, the Honorable Salt of the Earth, honest inspector, special prosecutor, I should say, if the best they have is a press conference simply saying that the special counsel didn't clear Trump, so what? It's not the special counsel's job to clear Trump. The only job they had was to find out evidence and to see if they had enough evidence to either prosecute or not prosecute. With Clinton, Comey had all the evidence to prosecute, but then found some way, echoing President Obama months earlier when President Obama said, oh, well, she wouldn't mean to jeopardize national security. She wouldn't intend to. Well, how do you know, President Obama? You didn't even know she had a private server. You apparently know nothing about Hillary, Madam Cyberhack, the Golden Moo. So thank you, everyone. Well, Rachel wins. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Eric H526, thank you. God bless Julian Assange. And God bless him. That's all I'll say there. God bless him. And DOJ watchdog, former FBI official, shared court docs, disclosed sensitive information, and took gift from media. This is all illegal. Gee, that's bizarre. And they chose not to prosecute him, but he's under criminal investigation for lying under oath. So this is the actual DOJ, the Inspector General page or brief summary, investigative summary today. So this happened. I mean, it's interesting how you have this, and then you have the press conference with Mueller, which was a complete dud. I mean, he's like, oh no, everything he said was spoken with a silent H in the middle at the beginning of every word. That's how you know that he is extremely a man of integrity. But it's interesting how that takes place the day that the Inspector General comes out and says, oh, yeah, a lot of corruption going on. So this could be setting the foundation for, this could be used in conjunction with the issues related to his perjury criminal investigation. So I'll read you. DOJ watchdog. Okay, so the Inspector General came out. The Justice Department's internal watchdog announced in an investigative summary released Wednesday that an unnamed former FBI deputy assistant director engaged in misconduct, including leaking sensitive information to the media, violating federal law by disclosing sealed court records, and taking a gift from someone in the media. Nevertheless, the Inspector General indicated without explanation that prosecution of the deputy assistant director was declined. The investigation findings will be referred to the FBI for potential further action, the IG said. There is an ongoing criminal investigation. Hopefully, this is added on to it. I find it very bizarre as well that would be declined. So not good, but there is an ongoing criminal investigation regarding leaking. The official regarding lying under oath. So that could be why. But Rachel wins! I thought Mueller sounded a little scared. Did you notice that? I thought so too. I agree with you on that. But Rachel wins. I agree with you on that. I thought Mueller sounded very, how shall we say, fatigued of the whole nonsense. He sounded frightened, scared, fatigued. He wouldn't even answer a question. I mean, here's a guy who probably didn't do any of the work. He was just there as a symbol, and he was nervous. And I agree with you. Borracho wins. Thank you. Thank you. But let me read you the actual summary. So this is from the Department of Justice. Justice.gov. The Department of Justice Office of the Inspector General initiated this investigation upon the receipt of information from the Federal Bureau of Investigation alleging that a then FBI Deputy Assistant Director had numerous contacts with members of the media in violation of FBI policy. Additionally, it was alleged that the Deputy Assistant Director may have disclosed law enforcement or other sensitive information to the media without authorization. This matter is among the OIG investigations referenced on page 430 of the OIG's review of allegations regarding various actions by the department and Federal Bureau of Investigation in advance of the 2016 election. So, the OIG investigation concluded that the Deputy Assistant Director engaged in misconduct when the Deputy Assistant Director disclosed to the media the existence of information that had been filed under seal in federal court in violation of 18 USC 401 contempt of court, provided without authorization the FBI law enforcement sensitive information to reporters on multiple occasions, had dozens of official contacts with the media without authorization in violation of FBI policy. Now, James Comey contradicts McCabe's statement on this. Borracho wins. He accidentally shoots himself in the back. Oh my God. Borracho wins. Thank you, Borracho wins. Thank you. So, this is unbelievable. I mean, they're so corrupt. It's unbelievable how corrupt. The OIG investigation concluded that the Deputy Assistant Director engaged in misconduct when the Deputy Assistant Director, one, disclosed to the media. Okay, so I said the OIG found the Deputy Assistant Director engaged in misconduct when DAD accepted a ticket. This is, I believe, McCabe they're talking about, valued at approximately $225 to attend a media-sponsored dinner as a gift from a member of the media in violation of federal regulations and FBI policy. Prosecution of McCabe was declined. Well, there you go. There is a criminal investigation of him, so I don't think this is too big of an issue. But prosecution, that's interesting. The interesting thing here is that James Comey has contradicted Andrew McCabe. James Comey actually said that he's willing to testify against McCabe regarding the issue of leaking. The OIG has completed this investigation and provided this report to the FBI for appropriate action. So there you have it. And actually, this is actually part of the last Inspector General report. It says June 2018. A one-page report concluded that now, okay, so if you link, so this is not from the new IG report, this is from the old IG report, but for some reason today, it came out with that information. A February 2018 report from Horowitz found former FBI Director Andrew McCabe had improperly disclosed information. The report determined McCabe lacked candor. And it then, at that moment, suggested criminal prosecution regarding the issue of perjury. George Rivera Jr., the line in Vegas is first Comey, then McCabe, easy money on conviction. I got George Rivera Jr. Thank you, George Rivera Jr. George Rivera Jr. Yeah, I mean, Comey, McCabe, Strzok, Page, all of them. All of them. But this is interesting. Let's listen to the soulful sounds. Thank you very much, George Rivera Jr. Also, James Baker. Don't forget James Baker, the FBI legal counsel. Peter Strzok, Clapper, Brennan. So, George Rivera Jr., Barrecho wins. Thank you so very, very, very much. Let's listen to this interesting individual here. So I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried about the fact that they didn't recommend prosecution, because this was an issue that was discussed in the last Inspector General. Hi there, Karen Lee. How are you? Please do Bubba Bill voice today. I just want to let everybody know, do not get upset that old McCabe wasn't indicted, because this has nothing to do with the new Inspector General report. It's the old Inspector General report. Ramla Farah, hello. So, okay. Let's listen to the soulful sounds of Andrew McCabe.
Reauthorize a critical program, something that Director McCabe, your predecessor last week, just characterized, if I can paraphrase, as a must-have program, not a nice-to-have program. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Cotton. Senator Harris.
Thank you. Acting Director McCabe, welcome. I know you've been in this position for only about 48 hours, and I appreciate your candor with this committee during the course of this open hearing.
I appreciate your candor, because you're going to get completely steamrolled for lacking candor. You'll be under criminal investigation.
Yes, ma'am.
Until this point, what was your role in the FBI's investigation into the Russian hacking of the 2016 election?
Let me answer that, Senator. My wife received hundreds of thousands of dollars. Okay. I won't answer that.
I've been the deputy director since February of 2016. So I've had an oversight role over all of our FBI operational activity, to include that investigation.
And now that you're acting director, what will your role be in the investigation?
Very similar, a senior oversight role to understand what our folks are doing, to make sure they have the resources they need and are getting the direction and the
You're going to get fired, aren't you?
I'd say need to go forward.
Do you support the idea of a special prosecutor taking over the investigation in terms of oversight of the investigation, in addition to your role?
Ma'am, that is a question for the Department of Justice, and it wouldn't be proper for me to comment on that.
So of course he wanted a he wanted the special counsel. They all did. Now the special counsel bought just enough time for them to just wait and wait and wait. The DOJ, once they had Sessions running the DOJ, they were fine. Now they have William Barr, but see, now Madam Secretary, Madam Cyberhack, the Golden Moo is running. So she's running. She's running. She's running again. And their lifeline, or they're waiting for Hillary Clinton to run. Then they could say, look, this is all to influence Clinton's campaign. How dare you indict me? I don't think that's going to stop William Barr from indicting any, like McCabe or James Baker, who they're both under criminal investigation. Today's information regarding leaking and the tickets and all that stuff, that just adds fuel to the fire. That's just, even more egregious, unethical, illegal activity, and then giving information like, what was it? Sealed information, sensitive information regarding ongoing investigations. I mean, this is part of the criminal probe that they have ongoing into McCabe. So that's possibly why they refused to prosecute or to press charges. But let's continue. Let's continue.
From your understanding, who at the Department of Justice is in charge of the investigation?
The Deputy Attorney General, who serves as acting Attorney General for that investigation, he is in charge.
And have you had conversations with him about the investigation since you've been in this role?
Rosenstein is saying that he never told you about the 25th Amendment. You're saying that you did speak to Rosenstein about the 25th Amendment. McCabe is saying that Loretta Lynch told him to call it a matter. Loretta Lynch is saying, I never told Comey that. Sorry, Comey stated that. Then you have McCabe and Comey disagreeing with one another. They're all disagreeing with one another. They're all at each other's throats. So this is it's very interesting that we find out even more information today regarding the leaking of sensitive data to the media. And then of course Mueller speaks and he doesn't give any information at all. We already knew everything he stated. So but let's continue. This is McCabe. This is McCabe speaking when he first got when Comey left and he first took over the FBI. He immediately tried to set up. Well, actually, he did that even when Comey was there. He set up Michael Flynn, who's an honorable man, and he went ahead and he tried to, he did engage in an investigation of Sessions, which is one reason Sessions recused himself from humanity.
Yes, ma'am.
And when Director Comey was fired, my understanding is he was not present in his office. He was actually in California. So my question is, who was in charge of securing his files and devices when that information came down that he had been fired?
That's our responsibility, ma'am.
And are you confident that his files and his devices have been secured in a way that we can maintain whatever information or evidence he has in connection with the investigation?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
No. Actually, they just threw it all in the dumpster. And actually, all the litany of evidence that James Comey had about Trump buying Facebook ads and getting bodily fluids rained down upon him, that was all just wiped clean, along with Strzok and Page's text messages. Notice how when Strzok and Page leave the Mueller probe, their text messages are nowhere to be found. But my goodness, we need to find out about, we really need to find out if James Comey's information was kept intact.
It's been widely reported, and you've mentioned this, that Director Comey asked Rosenstein for additional resources. And I understand that you're saying that you don't believe that you need any additional resources?
For the Russia investigation, ma'am, I think we are adequately resourced.
And will you commit to this committee that if you do need resources, that you will come to us, understanding that we would make every effort to get you what you need?
I absolutely will.
I understand that you said that that you have not talked with the White House about the Russia investigation. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Have you talked with Jeff Sessions about the investigation?
No, ma'am.
Have you talked with anyone other than Rod Rosenstein at the Department of Justice about the investigation?
I don't believe I have.
So it's just unbelievable. It is unbelievable. The cover up here. What are they investigating? What are they even investigating? What are they even investigating? It's unbelievable. They literally did nothing to protect this country. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And now they're doubling down on doing absolutely nothing. And now we find out that McCabe took tickets. Well, we already kind of knew this, but this was a watchdog format, illegally leaked court docs. So he's giving court documents to the media, which is against the law. He's taking tickets, and this is all to benefit Clinton and Democrats. And it's not just Democrats. If you're a journalist, you're not saying Clinton, you're not using the words Clinton, then you're not really explaining what's going on. You have to use the words Clinton, Madam Cyberhack, or the Golden Mumu, whichever one. Batwing. They just paid themselves. Yep. J-Hold, thank you. So let's continue. It's just, this just shows you get to hear this guy talk. They pretend that they're so interested. They're just so straight-laced. Like, you listen to this guy, he's like so straight-laced. Meanwhile, he's just, leaking information. And James Comey's like, I didn't tell him to. I just didn't tell him to. I can actually, I might be able to testify against him. The report also disclosed to the media the existence of information that had been filed under seal in federal court in violation of 18 U.S.C. 401, contempt of court. Provided without authorization, FBI law enforcement sensitive information to reporters on multiple occasions. Had dozens of official contacts with the media without authorization. So, oh my God, dude. People can feel free to email me at contactgoodman78@gmail.com. It's my pleasure to read the email. Whether I respond is my prerogative. So don't take it personally if I don't respond to an email. I'll just leave it at that. If I either don't understand the email or for some reason don't respond or not interested in responding, not the end of the world. Okay? It's just everything's okay. Not a big deal.
Not recently, obviously not in
the last 48 hours
position. No, ma'am.
Okay. What protections have been put in place to...
Just like if you received an email from somebody, it would be your prerogative if you decide to respond or not to respond. It's not disrespectful not to respond. In fact, you can send emails to anyone you'd like, and anyone can send emails to you. And if you don't respond or if they don't respond, it's not the end of the world. Don't want to be... It's as direct as you can get. No disrespect to anyone, but it's a person's prerogative if they respond or not.
To assure that the good men and women of the FBI understand that they will not be fired if they aggressively pursue this investigation.
Yes, ma'am. So we have a very active lines of communication with the team that's working on this issue. They have some exemplary and incredibly effective leaders that they work directly for, and I am confident that they understand and are confident in their position moving forward on this investigation, as my investigators and analysts and professional staff are in everything we do every day.
And I agree with you. I have no question about the commitment that the men and women of the FBI have to pursue their mission. But will you commit to me that you will directly communicate in some way now that these occurrences have happened and Director Comey has been fired? will you commit to me that, given this changed circumstance, you will find a way to directly communicate with those men and women to assure them that they will not be fired simply for aggressively pursuing this investigation?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Oh, because that's what really happened. Comey was just about to get information. Comey was just expat 11. Hello. Comey was just about to get information. Oh my God, that's so horrible. And then he got let go. No. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, you found out that Andrew McCabe had everything under control. He was fine. There was no issue. Let's listen to more of McCabe. You get a good sense of what a they're all the same kind of slimy, weaselly, bureaucratic hacks. Just the kind of middle management type of, I'm sorry, we're going to have to let you go. But you're not even my boss. Well, where's my boss? He had to go to Whole Foods to buy a kombucha shake. But I'm here right now, and I'm going to let you go, okay? So can you pack up your cubicle and make sure you never come back again? Well, I don't even know your name. Andrew McCabe. That's my name. Let's continue. Ramla Farah, hello.
The FBI. Is that an accurate statement? Is this a small investigation in relation to all the other work that you're doing?
Sir, we consider it to be a highly significant investigation.
Sir, when I'm accepting tickets to the Nationals games and leaking information to my favorite reporters and accepting hundreds of thousands of dollars from Terry McAuliffe, sir, and setting up and framing General Flynn, sir, and making sure that Jeff Sessions recuses himself from humanity and the world of elves, sir. I just want to let you know that I am so straight-laced, and if you want, sir, I could turn coal into diamonds. Just want to let you know, sir, how straight-laced I am.
So you would not characterize it as one of the smallest things you're engaged in?
I would not.
Thank you. Let me change the subject briefly. We've been talking about Russia and their involvement in this election. One of the issues of concern to me, and perhaps I can direct this to, I'll redirect it to anybody in the panel. The allegation of Russian involvement in our electoral systems. Is that an issue that is of concern, and what do we know about that, and is that being followed up on by this investigation?
Like to know if you know anything about the Buff Bernard coloring book, if that was baby oil or Crisco oil on his abdominals, and how many people in Wisconsin were warmed up by Bernard Sanders's sleek, enticing, and arousing musculature.
Mr. McCabe, is that part of your investigation? No, I'm not talking about the presidential election. I'm talking about state level.
Annabelle 31458. Thank you. Thank you, Annabelle 31458. Thank you. It was walnut oil. Annabelle 31458. Thank you. As always, greatly appreciated. And then we get, thank you, as always, we get this guy. Listen to this guy.
Election infrastructure.
Yes, sir. So obviously not discussing any specific investigation in detail. The issue of Russian.
What about your investigation when you were under criminal investigation eventually in the future? Oh, that's right. You couldn't know that because you were. This was before you were actually poop canned. That's right.
Interference in the U.S. democratic process is one that causes us great concern. And quite frankly, it's something that we've spent a lot of time working on over the past several months. And to reflect.
Oh, really? Thank you for protecting our nation from Facebook ads. This just ensures that Madam Secretary won't run again because she wants Botox Biden. She's running.
Like comments that were made in response to an earlier question that Director Coates handled. I think part of that process is to understand the inclinations of our foreign adversaries to interfere in those areas.
Why would our foreign adversaries want Trump? Huh? Why is it they're so convinced that any interference is obviously to hurt Hillary Clinton? How is it they've convinced themselves of this? They don't even know. Oh, he wants to ruin institutions like NATO. Yes, because Russia is going to invade Poland and only NATO will stop. Or the EU, or it's like, no. Anyway, Poland has its own security arrangement. The Visegrad have their own security arrangement. But it's like NATO is a Cold War relic, and it was utilized not long ago to destroy Libya, which is there's still chaos and mayhem there. It's unbelievable. Visegrad Group, Czech Republic, Hungary, Poland, and Slovakia.
So we've seen this once. We are better positioned to see it the next time. We're able to.
How is your positioning now? How's your position now? Is it good? Because you're under criminal investigation, along with James Baker. And now the whole thing's coming down. How's your positioning now?
Improve not only our coordination with primarily through the Department of Homeland, through DHS, through their expansive network into the state and local election infrastructure, but to interact with those folks to put them in a better position to defend against whether it's cyber attacks or any sort of influence-driven interaction.
I feel so much safer that you're guarding this nation. Oops, you're not anymore because you're no longer there. Sorry. So, I guess you've heard the Honorable Andrew McCabe, but what can I tell you? What can I tell you? It's they are all going to eventually receive legal repercussions because they're banking on Clinton winning again. And I know that it's like, oh, oh my God, is she running? Yeah, she's running. She's running. Clinton, every day in the news. Hillary Clinton blasts Facebook for not pulling Dr. Pelosi. Oh my God. Every day she's in the news. Every day. Oh, here we go. How is Trump administration tearing down hard-won civil rights? He signed the First Step Act. It's record low Black and Latino unemployment. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. Why do I have to look at this? Oh, Lord, I'm not going to even tell you. Oh, Lord. Forget about it. Forget about it. I'm not going to tell you anything. I am not going to tell you what I'm looking at. Now, you know what? It's not even worth it. First of all, it's against YouTube policies. Second of all, why did they even put this here? This is bizarre. Lord. It's bad enough I had to stare at a photo of Hillary, Madam Cyberhack, the Golden Moo. Now this? Whatever. It's fine. I don't care. It's just very bizarre. It's very bizarre to look at. Whatever. It's fine. No big deal. Everything's just fine. Dressed in. Yeah. Oh my God. Yes, it is actually. It's fantastic. Okay, so let's just see here. Hey, ex-State Department head of diplomatic security surprised by Hillary Clinton's private email use. Of course he was. Everyone was surprised. The official in charge of protecting the State Department staff said he was surprised to learn that Hillary Clinton used private email. Well, who wasn't? Who wasn't? Even President Obama was surprised. Nobody even knew. Don't you understand? When they demand respect and reverence, it's, gosh, you know, sir, ma'am, sir, ma'am, sir, ma'am, sir. There's just so many things that we have to keep under wraps because we're so privy to so much information. Did you know Hillary was using private server? No, that's really bizarre, really. Was she? I didn't know anything. You know who commissioned the Steele dossier? I don't know. John O'Brien. No, don't know. Never heard. No. Who? Mr. Schmiel? Don't know him. Never met him. I don't even know. What? Oh, Christopher Steele. I don't know. But we know everything else, though. You must trust us with everything else. Everything else. Then we are very, very important. You must trust us. Let's continue. Eric Boswell, the former head of diplomatic security, acknowledged in a deposition this month that he warned Clinton and other State Department staff against the use of personal emails. What about personal servers? We urge department users to minimize the use of personal web emails. What about servers? She actually had a server outside the U.S. government, so I think that's the heart of the matter. That you know. Announce, please, Golden Moo. Announce. Please, Madam Secretary, announce. Hillary Clinton says, oh my gosh, she's all over. Hillary Clinton says democracy feels far from secure at Hunter College commencement. Well, you need to save it. Come on, we're waiting. I need this for my voice. This will be one of my crowning achievements. Being the first to support Madam Cyberhack. Obviously, for not the same reasons as most Hillary supporters, but please, Madam Cyberhack, the Golden Moo. Please. Alrighty. She's all over the news. Look, at this point right now, it's actually this is hilarious. This is so hilarious. Oh, this is also hilarious too. Hillary Clinton was ecstatic when Trump fired Comey. Book. Yeah, right. Hillary Clinton was privately ecstatic when President Trump dumped James Comey. No, she wasn't. And considered going public to applaud the move. Yeah, right. Now, which one is it? Obstruction of justice? Oh, Daily Beast. She had spent the winter poring over survey and turnout data. Of course she did. She was hibernating with a bottle of Grey Goose and the turnout data in the woods. Her and all the grizzlies. It's like a dystopian National Geographic documentary. Calling friends and former aides, relentlessly analyzing and reanalyzing. She hasn't. The only thing she analyzes is where the bottle of Chardonnay is from. Mansum Song, thank you. Ronald Foose, I agree with you. Oh my God, just do it already. What are you waiting for? Golden Moo. What's the wait? If the election had been on October 27th, I would be your president, Clinton said in an interview. Oh my gosh. This is today, May 29th. Wow. Please just run so we know exactly why all of this took place for 2 years. Why didn't she talk about the Libya decision in the commencement speech? Or her private server use? Oh, that's right. Oh, they're ramping up the info on Hillary. She's now, like, this is like literally 4 hours ago, 3 hours ago, 2 hours ago, different stories. Let's see. Like, look, Trump got in June, so by the way, love Kevin's Corner. Love Kevin's Corner. Subscribe to Kevin's Corner. He's amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very, very much to my super chat. Thank you. I mean, just, just for the record, like, I want, it's contactgoodman78@gmail.com. If you want to be part of a newsletter, please, email me. If I have wonderful people email, all different types of people email me. If I don't reply, it has nothing to do with, it could be a million different reasons why I don't reply. And I mean, nobody knows who I am. So it's not like I'm this, big thing, but I don't want anyone to take it personally if I don't reply. And I have like wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people who email me, and, but anyway, so I don't want anyone to ever take it personally if I don't reply to an email. But anyway, to my super chat, thank you. Thank you so very, very much. I will be back. This is getting good. Thank you, everyone.